In a world where men often walk alone, who do they turn to for answers? Being male is a matter of birth, but being a man is a matter of choice. This is the dawn of something phenomenal. Fathers, sons, brothers, from the daily grind to the battles within, this is where real stories are told. A place where the silent struggles are given a voice, where the unspoken truths are laid bare. No holds barred. Brace yourself. This is Men on Record. It's more than just talk. It's a man thing.
Good evening and welcome. This is Men on Record right here at Hope Media. We are live on Hope FM, Hope TV, and also across all our social media platforms. It is Friday, the 20th day of March 2026, and we are glad that you could find time to join us wherever you are and wherever you are joining us from. Thank you so very much. We don't take it for granted. Thank you for them who are watching us, those who are listening to us, and those who are following us across our social media platforms. And of course, you know the drill by now that Men on Record comes every Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. And it is a show targeting men of all ages, young, middle-aged, and even the old, as we come together to rally together as men, as we sharpen each other, as we challenge each other, as we rebuke each other in love, so that we can become better men, so that we can become the men that God has called us to be in the positions that He has placed us. And so tell a man to tell another man to tell another man that it is time for Men on Record. And this evening, we are talking about a very important topic that is affecting a majority of us as men. We are talking about why men shut down instead of speaking up. We are talking about emotional avoidance and the cost of silence. And maybe if you are a lady out there, has he ever gone silent on you, or is he the one who is forthright in terms of reaching out? That and much more is what we are talking about this evening. And so be part of this conversation. You can get us across all our social media platforms. We are on Hope FM Live. We are on Hope TV Kenya. And also you can get us on the comment section, because we are also on our YouTube channel, which is Hope TV Kenya. And so you can utilize the comment section, and yes, we will appreciate you so very much. You can also write in using the WhatsApp number, that is 0708 222 323, or you can still use the other M-Pesa, that is WhatsApp, not M-Pesa. It is the WhatsApp number 0717 400 555. I don't know who will be sending in that M-Pesa, because indeed flesh and blood has not revealed that. But anyway, karibu sana to the show. My name is Gichuru. Always looking forward to this conversation because I believe for such a time as this, this will go a long way in helping a man who is watching, listening, and following us this evening. I'm not alone in studio. I do have my guest. He's already in studio. He's very passionate. He's a speaker, a marriage therapist. He's a relationship coach. And so he is the right person to be breaking down today's conversation with. And so without further ado, allow me to welcome Victor Salamba. Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I like your suit.
Thank you.
You're well?
Yes, I'm very well.
Karibu sana.
Yes.
It's an honor to have you join us this evening.
Thank you so much.
This is Men on Record, where we just discuss everything and anything touching on the man.
That is great.
So karibu sana.
Yeah.
Maybe a brief introduction of Victor.
Yes. I'm a pastor.
Yes.
I am married to one wife. That is very important to say.
Very important.
Yeah. Father of 3 children.
Yes.
I run a program called Marriage Kindergarten with my wife, which is very strong about building families and building marriages.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be here because, I believe when men stand, the family must stand.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm excited to be here. And yeah, let's talk about this silence, because the suit is because I told my wife I want a good suit. I began talking about the suit.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
We are talking about a very important topic that
Yes.
is affecting so many of us,
Yeah.
men. And I just wanted to know know, because for the singles, we were making fun of one, and we are telling him that for him, once he goes home because he's staying alone, unless someone calls him, the next time that he will speak is the following day when he meets someone. But that's not the case with especially those who are married. So they have a wife, and maybe they are also fathers, and so they will need to keep talking. But when we talk of this silence, does it start early so that now it manifests in a big way in a marriage setup, or is it a behavior that we pick up when now we get into marriage, when things are elephant, you know?
You know, one of the funny things about us men, many years ago, I made a statement once. I said that African men don't cry, they sweat.
Oh.
And why?
They don't cry, they sweat.
They just sweat.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you have to go to the part whereby there's a nature that came to us, which we are wired naturally not to speak up, to keep quiet and take it in.
Yeah.
But it's another crisis because, you know, men, we have a very strong skill of adaptation, and adaptation is one of the things that men catch even themselves off. Because men, we adapt in a very subtle and a very nice way. So men, yes, we are rigid in our ways. Yes, we are very loyal to our ways, but also we adapt very, very quickly. And men quickly try to adapt the environment that they are in. And so it's very possible to find a man who is married, who was talking initially, but adapted to his wife. That's problem one.
The environment.
Yeah. Because there are men who are silent because of the product of how their wives have run the marriage. That's the first thing. So we can pack that. Number two, also, it's how the man was raised. My experience with men, you find that men who are middle children are the most secretive men God ever made. Yes.
Middle
children are the most secretive men that, yes.
Yeah.
They purport to be peacemakers, but they are the most secret people you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
And so you find that in a marriage, it's easier for such men also to be very, very quiet. Then again, you find those ones who again had a very strange relationship with their moms. You know, the statement that I love saying so much. Whenever a child was told by the mother, and ask many men this, whenever a child was told by the mother that this child does not disturb. You've heard that before. You hear a mother saying, so and so disturbed me a lot, but Nani never disturbed.
Yes.
Never disturbed. Those are the men who grow into their marriages knowing that no one actually listens, even though I speak. So just let me, even though I speak, no one listens. And many parents thought that it was a strength. But this child went knowing through life that no one actually listens. So to a parent, look like, Nani doesn't, is the one who disturbs me, is the one I'm going to school for meetings, they're the one fighting with the neighbor, they're the one stealing food from your fridge. This one never disturbs. But that one that never disturbs is the one who goes being quiet because they set in their mind that even though I speak, no one listens.
So that means then that the way we are also cultured, and the way we raise our children, the way we raise even our boys, will go a long way. Because at times, and especially for parents, we see them as our children. We see them still as, young boys. So this is my boy and all. But then at the back of our minds, we need to remember that we are raising someone's husband. We are raising someone's father. And so whatever we are hammering into them, whatever we are building them to become, will, maybe not now, but in the near future, it will manifest.
It always comes to catch up. Because remember again that men will learn by watching other men. And the primary thing we look at is that how are conversations handled? And one thing that I learned that I've seen through marriage counseling is very funny, is that many wives say their husbands don't say. Now here's the problem. That if you ask many men, if you do a poll to any married man, ask them right now. Tell them the day you sat with your wife and decided to open up about something that was bothering you. There's a 90% chance you ended up apologizing for how you made her feel about what you said. Yes. After that, you go back and see it. By the way, was it worth it?
Because at the end of it, I ended up apologizing. Yet it was a genuine, open conversation. And I was being troubled by a particular thing that was happening. But now that I have shared, all of a sudden,
it has turned. Now I'm the one saying I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to make you feel that way.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hurt you. It wasn't my intention. Because they'll find that men say that, whenever I speak up to my wife, I tell my wife something, immediately what happens is that the whole mood will change. The whole demeanor will change.
Yeah.
And suddenly now the man begins to feel guilty that I made my wife feel bad.
Yeah.
So why am I making my wife feel bad? Why am I making my wife feel as though why she's a bad person?
Yeah.
I'd rather not tell her. And now you find that also many men choose not to speak up. They choose silence as a way in their mind. They think that I'm protecting
my wife.
Yes, because if I say, then it might be a dangerous matter. So I'd rather protect her.
Yeah. I'm thinking of some statements before we progress and we leave this boy. Statements that have been said and personally I have heard them being said, especially when I was a young boy, and I would hear. Maybe not straight to me, but I would hear others being told, and even me at some point, boys don't cry, boys don't show their emotions. You need to sort of bottle them in, you suppress them and not show people what you are really going through. How does that then shape now the father, shape the husband when now they grow up and then they remember because you remember when I get into this marriage, I'm green. I've never been married before and all. And so I will now try to be the man that I remember I was taught. So I remember I was told boys don't cry. Boys don't show emotion.
Yeah, they just wait.
They just wait. They just wait. So how do we break this?
Now, actually, the question you're asking is a very strong question, because one of the things I like saying about men, and just to bring it into light, is that men don't age. Men stage. Just note that.
Wow.
And one of the problems you have in our lives is the stages men are in. And how the stage was managed determine the man that this person marries. So, for example, there's a lady who might marry a man at 44. The stage is in. Don't look at the age. It's the stage is in. The stage is in determines how he expresses himself. There's a foundational core to it. Because if you do statistics, boys between 0 and 10 years cry more than girls. Yeah, they cry more than girls. I have a boy and a girl who followed each other by 2 years. And they cry. My son cried more. Now, what that boy needs is a father or a man tell him there are things that as men we cry about, and there are things we don't cry about. The mistake we made is we blanketed everything. So you see a man is burying his mother and Amekaza too. He's looking and no emotions. But he breaks down over time. You see him angry, you see him getting into things, doing funny things. And so what happens with us men is that age, 0 to 10 years, is when men are supposed to be told, by the way, what we do with the emotions we process. There are things that tell my son, this one you can't cry about. This one you can't cry about. No, this one, no. This one you're okay to cry. And I come and tell this one, it's now perfect. You can cry. Now the problem is that when this boy is told don't cry, he's learning how not to process. And he's learning that silence is a form of processing. But every emotion requires an outlet. It must have an outlet.
Every emotion, good or bad,
must have an outlet. So at some point when this guy is getting married, let's say he's getting married in his 20s, it's a different ball game altogether. Men in their 20s talk at their wives. They talk at them. They don't talk to them, they talk at them.
They talk at them. Yes.
Men in their 30s tend to retreat more emotionally than any other group of men. Because men in their 30s are more likely to be more concerned about their legacy. Men in their 30s are crying more to be understood than any other thing. Now, if this man was told never to speak, never to say any word, then this man will come home and keep quiet. Statistically, we know how many men do we know who commit suicide? We have more men than women. Because men will keep quiet. A man will keep quiet, enter the house seat, hold the remote, look at the TV, ask him what are they saying, he does not know. He's looking and doesn't know. So you find that because this guy was taught very early that we never express. You never express. Never show anyone in your life weakness. Don't show your wife weakness. Don't show anyone weakness. You are supposed to be the pillar. You're supposed to be strong. So this man goes and digs himself to the ground to the point he has no emotional capacity at all. Why? Foundationally, there was no man tell him, by the way, it is okay. there are some things as a man stop and say, I'm not Superman. I
need help.
I actually need help. You see that as the core. It's those foundational years that parents must remember to their children. Speak up. Say whatever is big or small. It's big to you. Just speak up. Now I'll teach you as a man. This one, no. We don't cry about a toy breaking. No, those ones we don't cry about. That one don't cry. There are things we cry about. Yes. You've hurt your leg, it's painful. Cry. Release some of those tears. That's
painful.
Fine. It's painful. You teach them now to manage. That's when a man is married now, the later ages now, it becomes more mature.
I like that. And we can go to this married man because I believe that is where now a lot is really happening when it comes now to silence. And silence here, of course, we have tried to explain where it may be coming from. But then again, I'm looking at it in terms of the danger of this silence in a marriage. I'm married, and I would not sit here and say that I have never gone silent.
Oh, you'd be a criminal if you said that.
Definitely, I don't want to be a criminal. And so I have been silent. And you know, as opposed to calling my wife to sit down and we discuss on really what is happening, I retreat. And I decide, you know what? I think silence is the best weapon here. And but then again, as you said, at some point, then I will call myself to a small meeting, and I'm like, really, Gigi, what are you really doing here? You know, you are the head, you are the man, and all. So again, you go back, apologize, and initiate conversation.
Truth and reconciliation process.
I like that. Exactly. What's the danger? Because at times, and when I had a long moment of silence, at some point I was even wondering, and I was asking her, now, what are we resolving? Because it started this way. The standoff was like 1, 2, 3. But where are we now? Because things have piled up. We are even wondering, how do we even go forward from where we are? Let's talk about the dangers of this silence, especially in relationships.
One of the biggest enemies to any relationship is silent resentment. And silent resentment means that I am angry at you for something that you don't know about. I have not given you the privilege to be part to my anger. Because I have to give the
by the way, true.
So is that I've drawn silent resentment means that I've drawn conclusions in my head. Now here's the problem. 2018, I'll give a personal example. I lost my dad. And I remember the first thing that my first question that my wife asked me. I took a bit of I didn't like it. I actually thought, why can she ask me this? I've just lost my dad now. Why can she ask me this question now? And I was upset. You know, I didn't say a word. I told her, I'm going to bury my father, leave me alone. Went to buried my dad. Of course, she came. When he came back from the funeral, my wife came back home, and my wife thought in her mind, in her love for me, I will not ask this man how he's doing because I might trigger him. Me, I'm sitting on this and I'm saying she doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
She does not care at all. So my father rested in July that year. So August, September, October, I'm angry at everything. I'm angry at the environment. I'm angry at the way she breathes, the way she walks. I'm angry at everything. And I'm thinking, this lady doesn't care. And I'm going more silent and I'm going more silent. So one time we were having dinner during anniversary and she told me, you know, you've gone quiet. You've just pulled away, you know. And I looked at her and I told her, because there's something that went wrong. You have never asked me how I'm doing. You know, and two things came from that discussion. One is that she understood the importance of asking me, how are you doing? In 90% of marriages, men are hardly asked, how are you doing? And so because I'm not being asked how I am doing, I conclude that even though I tell you, you don't care. Now, I was raised to fight my own battles. Naturally, what will I do? I will fight my own battles. That's what I know. And so we discover that actually I need to be asked, how am I doing? She needs to look at me and tell me, how are you? You know, leave everything aside. You know, fine, you're in ministry, you're a pastor, you're doing all these things, but how are you faring on? How are you? And they're like, oh, by there I'm overwhelmed. I feel like I'm stretched.
Yeah.
You see, that's a room. Now, the second thing that comes in is this. We talked about the silence also.
Yeah.
Why was I silent? It's because men, we do things to win. And if I feel telling you will not win, I'll not tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I must feel those are benefit of telling you.
Yeah.
Do I have a record of winning? So if I start telling you and I feel I'm not going to win here, I'll finish with -10 points.
No.
Let me maintain the advantage. Just make a low block. Make a low block, park the bus.
Yes, park the bus.
Park the bus. I will not move an inch because I know even though I speak, I'm not going to win. And that's the thing you normally say, because, and so when a discussion begins, I have to ask myself a second question. When I'm telling you, am I telling you because I believe that you are going to give me a solution? Or am I telling you because I'm feeling you're going to use this weapon against me? Yeah. And again, you find that the thing that men fear the most is we fear judgment. That is why men, we suffer silently. We fear judgment. Women fear shame, as we fear judgment. And the moment, even many men, before you begin telling your wife something, if you begin and you feel judgment, you always back up that bus. You pack it quickly, you walk away, you even change the story. You actually can change the story mid-air and shift it and move something else. So even when you are silent in those moments, I think, what are we resolving? Is because in your mind, a man looks at a battle and thinks, if I do my math, this is not a battle.
No.
Why do I engage? I'm not winning. So also there must be a change in a man to think, if I speak up, the marriage wins, the family wins. We both win.
It's not personal wins here.
Yeah. We both win. And that is what I need to go back. That's what men need to focus on. If I speak up, I'm also equipping my wife on how to love me. I'm equipping my wife on how to deal with me. Because remember, your wife has not been a man.
Oh, yes.
Very important point.
That's a very important point. She's never been a man.
Never been a man. So she wonders, why are you processing things that way? She doesn't get it. So you have to bring her to the party. Bring her to the WhatsApp group. Tell her, by the way, if you hear me saying that I'm tired, a horse would be buried. Yes. When I say I'm tired, if you hear me saying that I'm stressed, what I'm carrying, would kill anyone. So hear me now. And also, again, I always say in every marriage, have cues. Have a cue. Have a cue when you tell your wife the word you say. The wife knows, let me back up. Let me listen. There has to be that cue.
And that's very important and very healthy for any relationship. So that now at least you also get to know your spouse and know when things are okay and when things, as you have said, in terms of the stress levels are on another level, and you know how to navigate that phase. I was watching another movie in this clip, and as you're saying, in terms of judgment and all, and so the man here comes back and talking to the wife, and then you are not asking me all these questions and all. Then the wife, unfortunately, used something that the husband was going through. He had the gentleman had a condition, and so she was like, when would I have asked in between your which of your panic attacks the guy shuts?
Alarm has logged off. He has left the WhatsApp.
Exactly.
He's never coming back. Because again, because whenever you're when you choose to be vulnerable, you need to be sure that your spouse is not going to use it against you. And that's the one place that the marriage ought to be. Because remember as well, men do anything for their friends. And one thing that a marriage requires is their friendship to remain at the core. And the man must feel that my wife is my friend, and I can tell my friend my weaknesses and my fears, and she will use it to make me better, not to kill me when you are at war.
That they will be pulling them out now as an arsenal.
It's not the silver bullet.
Now,
silver bullet. When things are out now, I'm going to
yes.
and tell you, by the way, you know you are normal like this. No.
Yes.
I'm letting you that you may understand me, because I'm looking for that person I can lean on, because already I'm being fought. And as you find that, another say that some men have adapted to their wives. They are adapted. And so you find that, why doesn't talk? He adapted to you. He realized that you hear, but you don't listen.
And so that's dangerous.
There are two different gifts. So whenever I speak, she doesn't listen, she hears. And that's the problem.
All right. This is Men on Record, and this is a conversation for men of all ages, those who are husbands, those who are fathers, those who are young men, because emotional silence does not only affect the man but it also affects everyone around him. And of course, you can be part of this conversation. Hope FM Live, Hope TV Kenya. That's across all our social media platforms. You are watching us on Hope TV, listening to us on Hope FM, and you can get us on the WhatsApp number 0717 400 555, or you can get us on 0708 222 323 as we continue with this conversation as well, because many women, and I believe now that being a pastor and also a marriage therapist as well, you must have heard some women say, he just doesn't talk.
Yes.
The question is, why do conversations feel heavy and difficult? Partly you have mentioned it for men.
You know, there's a lot of, the problem with marriage is that we love laughing about this with my wife.
Yeah.
Is I tell her that whenever we have a conversation and she says, maybe I say something, I say that I think or I see. We always have a very funny word. We normally say that it's an unfortunate thing that you never married yourself. Because if you married yourself, then you'd know how to package something the way it should be packaged.
Yes.
The problem we have in marriage is the learning. And the learning curves and the growth curves. Why doesn't this person talk? I go back to a fundamental question.
Yeah.
Because you're married, it means they talked at some point.
Oh, they talked.
At some point. To get you married, they talked at some point.
Yes, they did. That's how you get a box.
Yes. So where did the talking go? Yeah. If I talk to you to get you to believe that you can spend the rest of your life with me, then it means that I have the potential and capacity to talk with inside me. So what killed the talk? I must go back and look at that. I cannot sit on a blanket and say you never talk. Because also, as I said, men do things to win. You may be dealing with a man who has been raised in a family where he was accused for many things. And being accused, he decided to be what he was accused of. You may find a person who maybe is just looking for, when you were dating, I used to come sit with you and I'd tell you all my problems and you'd listen to me for 3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
Straight.
Yeah. Because I learned something very powerful. And Gigi, I think you'll be with witness with this, is that men will love being listened to. Men love being listened to. As much as, when my wife comes home from work, my wife will unload. And she'll talk.
Talk and talk.
And she'll talk and talk until lights out. But the thing that I learned is that when she's talking, she's processing her things. She'll be doing her things, picking up things, talking. And I know what to listen to. But I realize that what men need is that we'll have someone who listens to us. And that's the thing that, first of all, every marriage needs. When a wife says, my husband is not talking, he doesn't talk, she must go back to a question is, do I know how to listen? The problem might not be the talking. Because the talking got you to get married. So he doesn't have a talking problem. So a new problem is now in the marriage. Which is there a listening issue? Does this person feel I no longer listen to them? Then now I can begin to think I need to start knowing how to listen. How do I begin to listen? Number one is I should know how not to interrupt. Men,
because that is one of the biggest challenges.
The largest.
Interruptions.
So, I begin my story, then you have the conclusion to my story.
And it's my story.
So suddenly now I'm in a crisis. Because now you have taken my story and you have gone with the story. You have the summary of my story. Oh, no, I think now, and because of how we are human beings, I begin to think, by the way, when I spoke to Gigi didn't interrupt me. So let me go hang out with Gigi. Let me go watch soccer with Gigi. Let me go hang out with Gigi. Because I can talk to Gigi and Gigi will listen to me. But when I began my story, I told you about my day at work. I began telling him, there is this lady in the office. And you're like, hey, I should see you talking to her. So I changed. I say, actually, no, she actually was deported from Russia. And now things have changed. So we have to learn also that there's a mutual skill that happens. But also men must also understand something, which is a tricky part as well. It's also, if I become silent, where do I leave my wife? That's the other question. Where do I leave my wife? I may be abandoning my wife and leaving her in a place where she'll also come to a place where she'll emotionally close because I was never there. So I must also be, as a man, aware that in my silence, I'm leaving my wife somewhere on the highway.
Yeah. And I think we will be picking up that particular topic, or rather that point, because it's a very, very important one. And this is Men on Record. We are taking our first break, but remember, you can continue to interact with us across all the platforms. Use the numbers that also we have shared with you. And of course, we will be highlighting them as we continue with the show. We take a short break and then come back, pick up the conversation.
Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back. This is Men on Record right here at Hope TV, Hope FM, and across all our social media platforms. Let's continue having these conversations, even online. Any question, clarity you could be having, please send them in. And our guest this evening, Victor Salamba, who is also a marriage therapist, a pastor, and very much passionate about men as well. There's a point that we ended the first part with, and this is in as far as going silent, and you said it's dangerous. And I'm looking at it, some of us men, at times we become mean. By mean, I mean, we have decided we will use this silence now as a weapon of mass destruction. And so you are like, ataniona, atanijua. How detrimental is this, not only to yourself, but also to your wife, and to the relationship, to the marriage as a whole?
It's one of the most. I normally say men who do that knowingly should be branded as terrorists.
Yeah,
because you know exactly what you're doing to your spouse. You are using the silence in the marriage to actually get your agenda to pass. So, a marriage thrives when both of us are there and both of us are feeling like we are benefiting from it. When one person becomes a martyr in the marriage, there's a problem. And what that kind of silence does, that I want to beat you in quotes, emotionally, to submission, to the point whereby you will not question me again in what I want to do, because I know that you want us to talk.
Yes.
And if we are not talking, I'm frustrating you. So how do I get you? I'll have to get you to yield.
Yeah.
Now, the danger that men don't know is a particular time comes when a woman decides she's leaving her marriage. Many men don't get this SMS.
No.
Yeah. I'm saying this, I'll give you a funny story. I had a case about 10, 12 years ago of a guy who came with his wife, sat before me.
Yeah.
And I asked a question. I asked them, the couple, I asked them, how many years have you been married? The guy said, you have been married for 11 years. The wife said 2. I wondered, is it the same marriage?
It's the same marriage.
And then I said 2 years. The guy
Yeah.
said, no, it's 11. The wife said, no. On the second year, I left. You just never knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meaning that there are things that he did when he looked at the first years of the marriage that were emotionally brutal to the wife.
Yeah.
That she felt abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when she felt abandoned, what she do, she logged off. And she decided to leave.
Yeah.
So many men don't understand that silence in marriage, when a man chooses to be silent to his wife in marriage, translation also to the wife is emotional abandonment. And it's something that very many women don't know how to recover from.
Yeah.
Emotional abandonment is very is difficult.
Yeah.
So she'll make up her mind. She'll be like, okay, fine. Let's raise the children. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's raise the children.
Yeah.
She's made up her, she's decided, okay, fine, this is how I'm going to live. She makes up her mind, locks. The danger that men have now is when we enter into the ages where we are vulnerable now, physically, financially. There are things that begin to pick up later on in our lives. Now we come back to those wives. And you find the shop was closed and the key was thrown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You become strangers. You are total strangers.
Because the person decided, your spouse decided, because whenever you choose to be silent in your marriage, ask yourself, what is my partner doing while I'm silent? Are they really going to wait for
Or
me
you're
to get
assuming
myself?
that, because the assumption usually is, Victor, is that they are waiting for us.
Yes.
They're still there. So they're waiting for me to decide when
There's
I
a
will
day.
talk to them.
Yeah, there's a day when she closes
Yeah.
and says, I'm not going to go through this anymore. I have decided to live like this. When that day crosses, it's difficult for women to reestablish that day.
Yeah.
So men must also understand that it's not, we have to remove that wickedness. Because I call it that because did I marry my enemy? That's what I was gonna say. Did I marry my enemy? So how has it come to a place whereby I treat you like you're my enemy? Yeah, I have to look at that. Did I marry my enemy? So yes, we have a disagreement, yes, but are you my enemy? When I can be able to reconcile that in my mind as a man, I can sit my wife and my wife, listen, I want us to understand something.
Yeah.
Now this is where we are fighting. This is what we are dealing with. And I've decided to just to grow up a bit and come forth. Yes.
Yeah. And show that leadership. After all, you're the head of that family. You're the head, let's talk solutions. Because maybe listening to this conversation this evening, someone may feel that is me that you are addressing. That is me. And partly I also feel, you are talking to me as well as we are having this conversation. Talk to someone who is listening to us this evening, and they want to be better. They want to, to break this silence. But even as they endeavor to do that, they're still afraid. They are afraid of being vulnerable. They're afraid of what we have said, of being hurt, or whatever they will say being used against them at some point in life. Where should they start, and how can they start?
I'll just take a moment and assume for a moment that I'm also talking to people who know Jesus. One thing that marriage and salvation have in common is memory. Yeah. One thing that marriage have in common is memory. Because one thing that makes us walk in our faith is memory. They remember that Jesus died for me. That memory is very key. When you lose memory, you lose the relationship. Our marriage is as strong as its memories. I must go back and look at the memory. Memory 1A is, did I marry my enemy? How did you come to a place I look at you like you're a crocodile? Yeah. And I
could not sleep.
Yes.
Now I see a crocodile.
I see a crocodile now, I can't talk to you. I don't want to see you. Where did it come to the place whereby I'm dealing with you like you're the worst thing that happened to my life. Yet every night I come, I sleep right next to you. Something is wrong with me, number one. Let me start first of all. As a man, I must stop and check myself. If I come, I lay down next to this lady every single night. If really she was my enemy, Or what things would she do to me when I'm
Oh,
sleeping?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So many.
There's so many things.
So many.
So many things.
Yeah.
So I need to retract and be like, no, what we have is we have a misunderstanding. As a man, I have to go back and think now, as you said, as a man, men like to be taken like we are leaders. But also men don't like to take the lead when it comes to emotional maturity. Because a man must also set the standard of the emotional maturity in the house. I must be the one to sit to my wife and tell my wife, let's have this conversation. It's a tough conversation, but we are going to have this. These are the parameters. These are the ground rules. Yeah, ground rules, there's no name calling. Ground rules, they know this, they know this. That now it's easy for me to know that you are on my side.
Yeah.
Why? Because you took the risk to spend your life with me. You must be on my side somehow. One way or another, you must be on my side. You must be on my side. So I need to find a way. Where did I come to begin to believe that you are not on my side? Yeah. So I must now, when I begin then as a man, I must say to my listen, this is, and I always like going back to how I was raised. Teach your partner about you. You know, whenever I'll give an example about money. I mean, my operate with money very differently.
Yeah.
I'm those guys who I want something, I want it now, I buy it now, I use it now. I believe faith is now. My wife believes no. We are called to be stewards. So you know, so we always have that back and forth about it. And the times, you know, I'd get some money, I think I am not going to tell about this money. I will not tell about this money. And so she discovers I spent money on something, and we'd have a fight about it and all those things. I think, why is she controlling me? But one day we had a discussion. I told her, listen, this is where I'm coming from. We had a discussion about my childhood. I saw my father being frugal. I saw my father being a guy for a rainy day.
Yeah.
I saw my father, and this didn't work. I saw it never worked. Yeah. So I'm trying to be as
now
opposite.
and now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
now. I live this life now, you know.
Yeah.
And she said, thank you for sharing that, because now I understand you. Now I understand where you're coming from, you know. And she'd say something, maybe she'd say something, you know, the word she used, maybe you normally do that. I said, don't use that word. Why? It's a word that was used when I was growing up. I don't like those. There are triggers in me. I feel as though you're accusing me. Now we had to discuss them. But now here's the thing. This is where many people miss it.
Yeah.
Because I have a trigger, I must, doesn't mean that it's a weapon I use. But now you have triggered me.
Yeah.
Now
Because actually, some people actually use that now as a defense.
Yes.
That we will not have this conversation,
Yes.
or you will not say certain things because when we say these things, you will trigger me.
Yes. No, those are criminals. Those are criminals. Yes.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, once it's
You must be accountable.
Yes. Now, because I know that what are we doing about it?
Yeah.
This can never be eggshells for the rest of our lives.
Oh, yeah.
We have to mature from it. So what actions are you taking? Yes.
Yeah.
It's trauma for you.
Yeah.
Fine. But now, how do you overcome this trauma? We can't have eggshells in the marriage. I must be willing to walk to you the way I want to walk, speak to you. Yeah. Capture the spirit of what I want to say, not the letter of what I want to say. That's another problem people have. Have the spirit. I may say something like, for example, your people are always late. Yeah. But because maybe I married in a family that is wealthier than me, and my wife says, your people are always late.
Yeah.
They may know that how my whole generation, my grandma. No. Don't look at the spirit behind it. It's like you're going for a function and your family members are actually late. So what we also may have to go back is to go back to what is the spirit of what my spouse is trying to say. Because one thing that men we have been fed, and this is very wrong masculinity, many men we have been fed that our wives are our enemies. So we want to hide title deeds. We want to put password on our phones. We want to have secret lives. We want to do all those things. We want to talk to them. We are told that our wives are our biggest enemies. And I think that you must be the person who loves landmines. Because if your wife is your biggest enemy and you go to that house every day, you eat food in that house, you shower in that house, you sleep in that house, you're the one who should be checked. You're the one who should be checked. So I as men, I'm talking to a man out there who's come to a place in his marriage is feeling I can't tell my wife anything. No. Lure your wife into a place. Sit with your wife, take her out, sit with your wife somewhere. Be frank with your wife. Women love to know. Tell her the truth. And tell her, I'm telling you this because you are my friend. And I want you to understand me. Yes. It's not an excuse. There are times I overreact. There are times I keep quiet. It's not because I want, but these are the things that are happening. Now, I'm telling you this that you can come up with a solution. How do we mature from here? I'm taking emotional responsibility for what I have done in this marriage. I'm taking emotional responsibility. If there are things you know you have done, and I always say this, in a marriage, to build that bridge, you don't say sorry on the same day.
No.
No. Your wife brings the matter today. You apologize today. she should not apologize today.
No.
She should go and reflect on what she has done, come back a different day. Leo, it's my day. They say in Kiswahili what? Kila umbo ina siku yake ya kusugua mfupa. Yes. So it's my day. I have brought my matter on the table.
Yeah.
We look at my matter. We apologize for my matter. Then we go. We come back again. I must realize that even though I say I've adapted to my wife, I have also built the wife that she is. Yeah. At times we, as men, have built the monsters we are living with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third point.
Wow.
Yeah. We are the
people
ones
that
who,
are
we built the monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so at the time now when the monster grows, it wants to devour you. Now you start going back to, I'm not respected here, I'm not honored. But you built the monster.
Yeah.
So as a man, I must say, as the head of the house, I want to take emotional responsibility on the to maintain the emotional tone of the conversation.
Yeah.
The emotional tone of the conversation.
You're the one to set it.
You're the one to set it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweetheart, it's not a fight. I want to be clear on something.
Yeah.
I just want you to hear me. Process, answer me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. You set the emotional tone. You're calling your wife higher in emotional maturity. Because all of us have scars.
Yeah.
There's no one who has a monopoly of traumas.
No.
We all have traumas.
Yeah.
There's no monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Like that. No one has monopoly of traumas. All of us.
All of us have traumas. Yeah.
We have traumas. Let's talk about, because I also feel it's quite important, the group of men that you surround yourself with. Because also I feel they can either make or break you as a man, and they can also make or break your marriage. Because if you surround yourself with the wrong men, the wrong people who will give you the wrong counsel, then you will go back home and wachana ikiwa haongei wachana you know, nakwambia wachana you are the man. We enda tu hivyo tu.
One thing I always tell this one now, let me advise wives first.
Yeah.
Every wife should do silent research about the group of friends the husband has.
Silently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number two, she must understand the husband's hierarchy in that group.
Oh, wow.
Very important.
Where does he stand?
Where is he in that group?
Where is he ranked?
Men's friendships are like wolf packs. There's always the alpha male.
Yeah.
Yes. There's always the alpha. And men will follow the alpha male. If the alpha male is a wife beater, this man will come home and slap his wife. And he was never a wife beater.
No.
But the alpha male told him, go and slap your wife. Of a congregation with you.
Yeah.
So as a woman, first of all, understand, is my husband the alpha male? Because my husband might also be the bad seed.
Wow.
Yes. To other people.
To other men.
Yes. So I must understand. In this chain, in this group, what are the dynamics? Is my husband the guy who's the alpha male? Is he the one who leads the group?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is my husband the guy at the least? I call them the Omega man. Is the man who copies all the other men. You know, there are men who just copy other men. They just about a Subaru, I buy a Subaru, he come this year, he die this year. There are men who just copy other men. They come home, they tell the wife, no, we have to move. Why?
Why?
No, guys are moving up. We have to move up. You know, there are guys who follow the men. So is he the follower in the group?
Yeah.
Is he the one who maintains sanity in the group? So first of all, know silently the friends of your men. Number one. Number two, secret number two for women.
Yeah.
And this will be dangerous, but it's good for women to know. Men don't marry women for anything else. We marry women for two things. Number one, she was attractive. And number two, she was your friend. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, attractiveness, many women are attractive. Friendship can be monopolized. The first thing every woman should do is to ensure she's the husband's closest friend.
Yeah.
The closest friend to any man must be his spouse. To any married man must be his spouse. Doesn't mean that man should not have a circle of men friends, but his wife should be the primary friend.
Yeah.
Why? Because with the wife, he'll get loyalty, he'll get faithfulness, he'll get someone who is on his team no matter what. A friend he can depend on no matter the season. The mistake many women make is when they get married to a man, a woman believes that a man puts a wife above his friend. No. To a man, the friend is first.
Yeah.
The wife is second. So the only way the wife is first if the wife is a friend. Don't tell him I gave birth to 7 children for you. That doesn't move. So a woman must know that for me to displace his friends in his life and to be the voice of friendship in his life, I must be his friend. Men go home early to their friends.
If they are boring and they don't feel, that friendship.
Yes. How many men do you know who have got big TVs in the house and they don't watch them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They prefer to go out
You
there.
go out to watch a small one like this, squeeze, there's no oxygen. Squeeze themselves
Yeah.
Why? It's because men do what. So for a woman must know that for me to know, I need to know the friends that if I tell my husband, this guy is bad influence, he will trust me because he knows that I am for him. One thing my wife did very well is she displaced all of my friends. And that she did that so successfully.
Yeah.
She displaced all of my friends. And I am sure if I remained with them, I would be married right now.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
So your wife must displace. If your wife is listening today,
Yeah.
and there's a friend closer to you than her, she must. That should be her assignment.
Yeah.
Yes. Father, give me grace this
Yeah.
year.
So this one is to all the married women who are watching us this evening.
Displace his friends.
Yeah.
Be the closest friend in his life. There, this man will walk in the house.
Yeah.
Put down his coat and say, sweetheart, I'm stressed.
Yeah.
He can look up to you and tell you, no, now you're overreacting. He can tell you that direct. I can walk up and tell my wife is a firstborn. I'm married a firstborn. Firstborns are unique creatures.
Yeah.
I'm married a firstborn, and I'm a military. They're firstborns somewhere in the studio here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. On the
They are
other
unique
side.
creatures.
They
They
are
are
very
God's
unique.
creatures.
Yeah.
They are unique creatures. I'm married to one I know. And I tell you, there are times we do something in the house and I can tell her, stop firstborning me. Yeah. Stop firstborning me.
Yeah.
I should take it personally because we are friends. Stop
friendship.
Yeah. There are times something happens and I go to my cave, she says, now you're middle childing here. Yeah, come out of your corner. You're being secretive. Stop hiding things.
Yeah.
Sit here, we talk.
Yeah.
And I have to come out because I'm not being called out.
Yeah.
So there has to be that with my whereby.
But you see, the reason why that is possible is because there is that friendship.
There's friendship.
So you will not feel, or she's attacking me or disrespect and all. Friendship.
It's a friendship. Because your friends tell you the truth.
They call you
Your
out.
friend will call you out. Your friend
Yes.
will tell you, no, I don't like that shirt. That shirt makes you look funny. You will get offended. But your wife tells you that shirt makes you look funny.
Hey,
She's against my relatives, against my family, It's because I didn't finish my degree. That's what you're talking. You go to things that don't make sense.
Yeah.
So also, men, we must learn how not to fight our wives on matters that are not to be fought.
Yeah.
And we must fight for the marriage to win. We don't fight for individuals to win. We fight for the marriage to win. Any moment a marriage, whenever you've been silent, if you come back together, it's an opportunity for you to now look at the silence also. Resolve the matter. Examine the silence. Let your wife tell you, this is what I felt when you were quiet. And tell her, this is what I felt when I was quiet. It gives you knowledge to mature beyond it. To mature. You find that now you reduce from 2 weeks of silence to 1 week to 4 days to a matter of hours.
Yeah.
And that's a healthy marriage. A healthy marriage is a couple of hours. You're a human being. You will short circuit.
Yeah.
Kuna siku unafura tu. There are days mtaka tu kufura.
Yeah.
I just want to nataka tu nifure. I just want there are days I just want. But I must come back and be mature and tell my wife, okay, now that I was just overreacting, I was being a baby. Now let's talk about this matter. Yeah.
There's a man who has carried a lot alone for many years. What would you encourage them? How would you encourage them?
If you are always, I assume I'm talking to a married man.
Yeah.
Sit with your spouse. Tell your spouse exactly what you're going through.
Yeah.
Now, you must prepare the environment for them to understand you. Yeah. And the environment will say, I want you to listen that you may understand me. I don't want you to respond. I want you just to understand.
Yeah.
Whenever you tell someone, you give the preamble of understanding, people always put their guard down and they listen to you.
Yeah.
Some of us also, we have more stress because we never said. And we break down. At the end of the day, I must take time and tell someone, by the way, I'm actually struggling and I need you. And again, something else that is important in marriage is that 2 discussions. I must tell my spouse, I want to tell you something because I need your help.
Yeah.
In marriage, you want to feel needed. If you tell your wife today, sweetheart, I want to tell you something because I need you. Unless your wife is a caterpillar.
Yeah.
There is no way.
Yes.
She will look at you and tell you no. She'll pause and think, my husband needs me. The same way if your wife tells you right now, I need you.
Yeah.
You'd leave me in this studio.
True.
Yeah. You'd be off.
Yeah.
So we all want to feel needed. And so at times when a man is carrying a lot, don't assume that your wife knows. Your wife might think you have everything under control because that's what you portray.
Yeah.
Take time and tell her, I need you. And she can tell you, where do you need me? Yeah. She said, okay, fine. I can handle your mother for you.
Yeah.
I can handle your sister for you.
Yeah.
That's risky, but I can do it for you. Yes, I can take some bills off you.
Yeah.
Or okay, we can take time. We can take the kids to a cheaper school. we can move to a cheaper house. You see many men, that's what you're doing, and your wife thinking, if I just knew you're battling financially, I would have made adjustments.
True.
But we try to maintain pride and ego to the one we are married. It doesn't make sense.
Because we are coming to the end, maybe you would share your parting shot with that man, and then would you pray just a minute to pray for that man that is feeling silence in their relationship, emotionally detached from the wife, that God may also reign in that union.
That man, I'll tell you, number one, you are not alone. You are not alone. And remove the lie that you are alone. The Lord in his wisdom gave you a spouse who has the capacity to handle you. That's why they are still with you. They just need the tools to know how to make it work. Give your spouse the tools. Secondly, seek help. There's no shame for a man to seek help. It is wisdom for a man to say, I need help. Seek some help. First of all, seek, of course, prayer. I always tell people it's a blessing for a man to have a wife who prays. It's the biggest blessing any man has. Your wife who prays, God is, thank God for the word, thank God. But number two, look for also a man who knows where you are. A man who can locate you and a man who can help you find yourself. Because many of us men, we are lost. And even we don't know where we are. And someone can rescue me because they don't know where I am. So you're not alone. There's always someone willing to help.
Awesome. Pray for that, man.
Yes. Let us pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, I do thank you and I bless you for your goodness and the love you have for each and every man out there. I pray, Father, for that one man outside there who's at the point of giving up, who's on the verge of letting go. I pray that, Lord, may you meet him in his point of need. But Lord, you are a loving Father. You understand what every man goes through. You understand the pain, the tears, the frustration, the silent cry that no one hears. I pray today, give him the courage to stand, give him the courage to heal, give him the courage to seek help, give him the courage to be the man that he needs to be. I pray for restoration for this man. I pray for peace. I pray for hope. And I pray for your love, Lord, because, Lord, you are faithful to do what you've said. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure
Yes.
to have had you on our set this evening.
Thank you.
And I know that we are now better,
Yes.
in a better position than we were
Yes.
at the beginning of this conversation. And so thank you so very much. Maybe how can people interact with you?
Yeah, my YouTube channel, I'm Victor Salamba on YouTube. Also there's Marriage Kindergarten also on YouTube as well, where I do a lot of things with my wife. Then all contacts are there to find me. I'm in Westlands, who wants to see me, I'm there, but everything is on YouTube. Just find Victor Salamba on YouTube, Marriage Kindergarten on YouTube. There are a few things that are good inside there. Even you should watch with your wife.
Definitely.
Yes.
So, thank you. Thank you, Victor Salamba, our guest this evening, as we were talking about silence and emotional well-being of a man. And I believe that you are in a better position than when we began this conversation. Remember, the one thing I'm taking away with me this evening is that when we are having those conversations with my wife, it is I'm not looking at how I will emerge victorious. It is the marriage that will be winning at the end of it all as well. And so thank you so very much. And thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode of Men on Record. And if you're there as a man, you are there as well as a couple. Seek help. You can pop into any therapist to be assisted. CITAM also has free counselors and you can visit during working hours and you can be assisted as well. We will be having a repeat of today's episode tomorrow, Saturday, from 6 p.m. on Hope TV. Remember, the same is on our social media platforms. So if you missed or you feel there is a man who should be watching this, maybe your brother, maybe your father, maybe your with them, and it will be a blessing. Thank you so very much. It has been Men on Record. I've been your host. My name is Gichuru. Until next week, it is bye-bye for now.